Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to all my dear students. Class 11 Accountancy, 3 columnar cash book we are going to see today. Students, 3 columnar means cash column will be there, bank column will be there, as well as discount column will be there. Students, this sum will include the whole chapter. It's a summary of the whole chapter we are going to see today in this sum. So students, my humble request to you, I will discuss with you the question also, I will discuss with you the solution also. My humble request is to focus here on question as well as on the solution, and I hope your concept will be clear. If you do this sum, I think it covers 98% of your chapter. So my humble request, better you just go through all these things, and if you have any doubts or question, anytime you can pass the comments also. Students, first I am going to read the question here in front of you, and then I will discuss the solution also. Students, here prepare 3 columnar cash book in the books of Bharat Limited. 3 columnar word is mentioned here, 3 columnar. So now what we have to do, we have to just see the question first. Cash balance 20,000 and bank overdraft 2,000. First again students, cash balance 20,000 and bank overdraft given 2,000 rupees. So students, first I have drawn the column here. The column date is there, receipt side, LF. This is common for all the questions. Then cash column is there, bank column is there, discount column is there. Similarly, again date is mentioned, payment side, LF, cash column, bank column and discount column is there. Now students, again let me just read the first transaction. Cash balance 20,000 and bank overdraft 2,000. Students, on debit side I have mentioned April 2020 as it is given in the question. First date is mentioned. Now cash balance 20,000, so I have mentioned here to balance brought down. And in the column of cash I have mentioned 20,000 rupees. Now students, bank balance is not there, bank overdraft word is there. And overdraft is opposite of balance. So I have not written 2,000 bank overdraft here in the column of bank, but I have written on opposite side, that is payment side, credit side. I mentioned number 1, buy balance brought down in the column of bank 2,000 rupees I have mentioned there. So students, cash balance on debit side, bank overdraft on credit side. Now students, second transaction, deposited 3,000 in the bank. Now what we have to do, 3,000 you have deposited in the bank, that is obviously now you should know that it's a contra entry. Contra entry because it's a two-side effect. One, cash going from the business. Second, your bank balance in the bank will increase. So two-side effect we are going to give. So second transaction, date 3, I have mentioned here date 3. And as it's a contra entry, I have mentioned cash account in the column of bank, cash to bank. So I have mentioned cash account in the column of bank, 3,000 as it is mentioned in the question. And in the LF you have to mention C. C means contra will be there. Now students, on the same opposite side, I have mentioned same date number 3. And then I have mentioned that I have written the bank account in the column of cash 3,000. So what is the rule? Cash to bank and bank to cash. This is the rule of contra entry when you deposit the amount in the bank. So this is second transaction. Okay, now students, next transaction. Purchase goods of 10,000 at 10% credit discount and 10% cash discount from Tina and paid half the amount by cash and half by check. So we have purchased the goods from Tina. In that, trade discount is also there, cash discount is also there, and half amount paid by cash and half by check. So eventually, whole transaction is a cash transaction. So I have done the working here. Suppose the value is 10,000 rupees here. Not suppose, actually it is given 10,000 here. And then 10% trade discount, 1,000 directly minus. So now we have 9,000 rupees we have to pay to Tina. From that 900, 10% cash discount we have deducted. So we have to pay now 8,100. And half amount paid by cash and half by check. So half, that is 4,050 by cash and 4,050 by check means bank. We have paid the money transaction number 7. It is mentioned here payment side 7 and it's mentioned purchase because we have purchased the goods. So purchase account 4050 in the cash, 4050 in the bank, as well as 900 rupees, that is cash discount I have mentioned in the discount column, because discount on both the side indicate cash discount. Trade discount is never recorded in the books, only deducted from the amount. So students, this is the transaction 7. We have done purchase, half amount in bank, half in cash and half in bank, and then the discount 900, that is 10% discount we have done that. Now students, next transaction 11. Received 2000 from Patel against the full settlement of 2050. पटेल के पास से हमें मिले हैं 2000 रुपीज, लेने थे 2050, तो 50 रुपए हमने माफ किए. फुल सेटलमेंट में हिसाब बराबर हो गया. So now we have received and date is mentioned 11. So you check here 11 Patel account, 2000 rupees in the column of cash, bank is not involved here, and 50 rupees in the column of discount. So this is what we have 11th transaction. Here it is mentioned like this. Now students, 15th transaction, sold goods of 15,000 to Rahul at 10% trade discount and 10% cash discount and received the amount by check. यानी राहुल को हमने गुड्स बेचा, कैश डिस्काउंट भी है, ट्रेड डिस्काउंट भी है, और राहुल ने हमें चेक दिया है, कैश नहीं दिया. लेकिन एक वर्ड यहाँ इंपॉर्टेंट है स्टूडेंट्स, चेक अभी बैंक में गया नहीं है. चेक हैज नॉट बीन डिपॉजिटेड इन द बैंक. सो व्हाट इज द थिंग, जब तक चेक बैंक में नहीं जाएगा तब तक उसको आपको कैश ही मानना है. सो आई हैव डन वर्किंग हियर. 15,000 इज द वैल्यू, 10% discount 1500, so 13,500 is the actual price. In that 10% means 1350 cash discount. So the check that you have received 12150. Now because you have received the check, so I have mentioned here 15 as it is. In that sales account is mentioned 12150. Check you have received, no doubt, but it is not deposited in the bank, so we'll take cash right now. So 12150 in the cash, bank will not take anything, and 1350 cash discount I have mentioned here. So this is transaction number 15. Now students, transaction number 18, check of Rahul deposited in the bank. Students, when check is deposited in the bank, next day, same day it is not there on next day, it is again known as contra entry. Same day will not be contra entry, but on another day if you deposit the check of someone, it is contra entry. So I have mentioned number 18. Number 18 here, cash to bank, as we have the rule of contra when we deposit the money. Cash to bank 12150 check that you have received, and opposite side again 18 bank to cash 12150. This is C mentioned here contra. Here also C is mentioned, means contra. Now last transaction 21, paid 500 to Sahil against the full settlement of 520. यानी साहिल को 500 रुपए हमने दिए, उसको देने थे 520 उसने माफ किए, फुल सेटलमेंट. तो यहाँ पे 21 साहिल अकाउंट, पेमेंट कितना किया 500 इन द कॉलम ऑफ कैश and 20 rupees as a discount. Bank will not be there anything. So this is the end of the question, students. Now we have to go for the total. So first rule is there, when you do the total of discount here 1400 is there total. So I have mentioned 1400, and here the total is 920. So I have mentioned 920. In the column of discount, balance BD and CD will not be there. There will be no opening or closing balance of discount. You have to do the final total only. Now when you go for the total of cash, debit side is more, 32,150. I mentioned here 32,150. So same total I have written on credit side also, 32,150. So if you go for the total of credit side of cash, the deficit will be 12,450. I mentioned here, this is the debit side of cash, this is the credit side of cash, and 12,450 is the deficit that is here. कम पड़ रहे हैं क्रेडिट. Now students, बैंक यहाँ पे टोटल ज्यादा है 15,150, यहाँ पे total मैंने पास किया 15,150, the total which is the higher on both the side. So 15,150, if you go for the total here, 15,150 minus 4,050 plus 2,000, that means 6,050 minus होगा, तो यहाँ 15,150 में से अगर ये दोनों आप माइनस करेंगे तो डेफिसिट आएगा 9,100 rupees. So this is what we have the balance. Cash 12,450 and bank 9,100. So students, this is the end of this question. Question is here in front of you. Solution is here in front of you. This is very important question for your this chapter purpose. I hope 2-3 times if you do yourself, the question will be more clear to you. Students, if you have any doubts or questions, please, without any hesitation, ask the question by using comment option or helpline number. Students, please focus on self-study. I know that it's little longer, getting longer now, but we have no other option right now, just to focus on self-study as well as on online lectures. Students, will continue with this chapter and with the new topics in next lectures. Hope for the best. Thank you very much. Students, sorry again to interrupt you. I think my point of view, what I want to say to you right now, convey to you, that because we have a shortage of time, and if you see the syllabus, I think I will try to cover all the chapters of accountancy, though maybe we have a shortage of time. But I think few topics I may skip just because they are not that much relevant for your future study purpose. So students, when regular school will start, I'll definitely try to recap all these things, cover all these things. But by chance, suppose that we need more time right now to focus on important chapters. So I'm thinking right now, students, to switch to the new chapter right now, and 4-5 more sums of these type of questions will do definitely when the regular school will start. Students, so my planning is that in next lecture I may start either bank reconciliation statement or maybe depreciation. So let me just decide, because I have to plan for all these things. So I may start either depreciation or may go for bank reconciliation statement. But before that, students, I may take 1 or 2 lectures just for the revision purpose, whatever points that I have covered in online lectures, that I would like to do the revision, so that I think those who have joined late or those who have not got some topic properly, I think they can understand all these things. So we'll do that also. But till that time, you just please focus on self-study as well as on online lectures. Hope for the best now. Keep yourself fit and healthy. Thank you very much.